Prostitution is the violation of human rights, or more precisely, of women's rights and of human dignity. And it is about time we all did something against this ignoble business. Hello there. You might think, what have I got to do with prostitution? You're wrong. I have nothing directly, never had anything directly to do with prostitution, neither directly nor indirectly. And yet it has to do with all of us, because as long as in our societies, and it makes no difference in which society you live, as long as we either openly or tacitly accept the fact that there is such a thing as prostitution, equality between the sexes is impossible. As long as it is accepted that a man pays money, and often very little money, in order to do with a woman's body whatever he likes, there can be no equality. Now, still you may think that has nothing to do with you. Let me give you an example. Not very long ago, a young man, a refugee, whom I had helped with his German, came to see me, and I was wanting to tell him something about my commitment against prostitution, and I wasn't sure whether he knew the German word for prostitute. And he didn't, so I explained. And at some point in my explanation, of course, he understood what I was talking about. And he said, "Oh, you mean a whore?" Not only that word hit me in the stomach, even more so, the look, the sneer on his face. Young man, educated, good family, a young doctor, and didn't understand. And this sneer of contempt, of disdain on his face, disdain of the women who feel for whichever reason compelled to prostitute themselves, not contempt of the men who go there, who, if you ask me, should feel very embarrassed about it. So we're back with the impossibility of equality between the sexes. And the moment to do something against it, to unite all around the world and do something against it, the moment is perfect. Tell you why. Only this summer, 23, the European Parliament, for the first time in its history, adopted a report stating clearly, a majority of the people in the Parliament adopted the fact that prostitution is the violation of human rights. And I think it's not accidental that this happened this year. I think it is in the wake of metoo. You will remember, in 2017, 2 US American women, young journalists, brought into the open the scandal of sexual violence in connection with Harvey-Weinstein, who ended up in prison, possibly for life. And in the wake of that scandal, one of the actresses involved in it opened up the hashtag #MeToo. And within weeks, thousands and thousands of women all around the world told their stories of sexual harassment, sexual aggression, sexual violence. And I tell you, if you belonged to my generation, we knew exactly what that was. But things have changed, and that's the positive thing about it. Because this year again, you might have, I'm sure you have, seen the scandal in connection with the women football. After the Spanish team had won the World Championship in football, the president of Spanish football forced a kiss onto one of the women's players' mouth for all the world to see. And for once, this would have been impossible when I was young, for once, the vast majority of commentators sided with the abused woman and not with the abusing man. That is an enormous change. And therefore, we should grab the opportunity. The moment is right and just. We should now all join in order to end what might easily be the last and possibly biggest stronghold of toxic masculinity. So wherever you may be living, join together. Whether you have anything to do with prostitution or whether you don't, join, grab the moment, and let's fight together against this ignoble, this unworthy business. And I wish you all the best of luck with that. See you.